a new week, and thank you for clicking on this video. Um, Today is Sunday, the 18th day of May 2025, and I want to say that to you, especially those of us who are very depressed, who have been expecting to have good news or things to change in their lives and nothing is changing. As much as you are praying, please keep seeking for knowledge and believing in what you know you're doing right. And Chukwokika will help you to achieve them. I want to thank you wherever you're watching from. I am really, really not happy, but yet we have to continue. And at the same time, we have to speak the truth. You know, someone has once asked me, why are we always talking about the same thing over and over? And then the question I ask them back is, why are those who are conveying lies always saying the same things over and over? If we allow them to continue with the narrative of lies, we would end up shrinking the truth, and before you know it, we are off, and then they would have contaminated the next generation, and things would get worse. I want to thank you. My name is Kelechi Ambrose. Please, as you're joining in, like this video, share on all your social media platforms. I tell you the importance of liking. When you like, you help to reach out to other people who are your contacts, who are your friends, who are your followers, who are your, whatever name it is on the platform, on whatever platform you are. They get to see the video, and also when you share, it helps to spread. And when you like, and then when you subscribe, you help us also to reach out to the world. YouTube will be able to put us around so that we'll be able to reach out to more people. I want to thank you all. It is important for us to look at what is happening right now and keep looking at the things that are happening. And most of you might be aware of what is really happening. Most majority of people don't even know what is happening. But I want you to understand that the importance of getting knowledge always cannot never be underestimated or overestimated, because the only thing that would help us to concentrate and be focused in the pursuit of our freedom is to be updated on the truth, because it is only the truth that will make us free. I want to start first of all with those people. I've seen some people on social media. Some of you have seen some posters being posted about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the north. We'll talk about that, But I want to start with some. I saw some Igbo guys. I don't know whether there might be more people who are also saying all of this stuff, because I know when you hear such kinds of narrative, it is not always few people that are doing. There are some people who are somewhere trying to project such kinds of things. It bothers me that any Igbo man right now, or anybody who is from any part of Biafra, could be thinking of, could be still be thinking that Nigeria can work for them. It really bothers me. It's also concerning for me here, because I have to talk about it, that anybody who is a Biafran would think that Nigeria would work. And I saw a particular poster, somebody was saying, or what was on that poster, the design was that Peter Obi and and El Rufai, and they have already started making posters in that regard. I don't know when our people are going to learn. I don't know when you will learn. I don't know when you would know that when you are not in a thing, you are not part of a thing, you are not part of it. When you are rejected, you are rejected. When that thing is not working, it's not working. When that thing is not even real, it is not real. When that thing is not what you are supposed to be in, you are not supposed to be in. I don't know when we're going to realize this. In the 2023 elections, there were situations or cases that I heard, that I was told, where people were given as much as in Biafra land 500 naira in this period to vote, and they collected it and voted. You see, it is very shocking that we don't learn from, we easily forget the past. You can imagine someone who has been under Buhari's government and then still came to vote for APC, or they gave them 500 naira, or gave them small rice in a small something tied in nylon with some stuff, and then they go cook for one day, for one moment, and they cook it and they eat, and that's the end. They have voted, and they have given someone 4 years to come steal from them, take from them. We must begin to think critically this time. Now, what is the motive of anybody bringing a poster? Before I go into what I want to really talk about, I would just want to talk about this for a while. What is the motive for any Igbo man at this time that we know that we are in a critical situation, we are being messed up? The obvious sign on the wall, the handwriting on the wall, is that we must exit Nigeria. We are not wanted. An Igbo man would start circulating Peter Obi and El-Rufai. Then I saw another Igbo man. He said, "No, I would prefer Peter Obi and Tambowal." Now, I don't understand what is happening to our people. The same Boko Haram that is coming to attack and kill our people are being sponsored. One of the sponsors is El-Rufai. And the politicians in Biafra land are indirect sponsors because they know about all of this stuff. They are pretending they don't know. They are keeping quiet. The killings are going on. They are not saying anything. They are helping the colonial masters and the attackers, who are their paymasters, to deal with our people. Why would any Igbo man, for God's sake, who is in their right sense, think that they should be talking about 2007 election now? Why would any Igbo man be involved at all? Not even talking about now, at all. Why would any Igbo man who is reasonable be posting? Now, I look at when I went to the platform of those people, I discovered that it has been a long time they talked about Biafra freedom. It had been a long time they talked about Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, some of them have not even talked about it. They've just mentioned it once a while and all of that. But now they are eager talking about 2027 and wanting Peter Obi. I don't know how Peter Obi now become the savior, someone whom in the last election went to Chatham House. Of course, that should make every Biafran know that their obeisance or um, their 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 loyalty is to Britain, not to them. Why would any Igbo man think that any Igbo man who is in the race for Nigeria presidency is actually going to favor Igbo nation, or is going to actually bring things to change, or is going to cause anything to change? Why? Why do you think that Traore of Burkina Faso outrightly cut off the colonial masters? You cannot survive things cannot change for the better, no matter who it is. If you like, bring Pope France, Pope, whatever they call him now, Pope Leo the 14th now, who is the current Pope, that was, just elected. If you like, bring him in now, you can never have a Nigeria that is working, because the structure cannot permit it to work well for you. The structure is structured in a colonial way that favors Britain. How many times are we going to say all this? The structure favors Britain and the people who are helping Britain sustain Nigeria. That is the politicians. That is what it is. You cannot take that away. You must, sorry, the weather is dark here, it's about to rain, so, and all of that. So the weather has gone very dark. So that's why I'm a bit dark in the picture. So pardon me for that. You cannot, no matter what you do, nobody can redeem Nigeria. Every Biafra now should be talking about Nnamdi Kanu released and talking about referendum. Even if you don't know what to talk about, keep talking about referendum. Even if you don't know what to talk about, keep talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. That is what we need now, not any 2027. For God's sake, are you okay? What is 2027? Please, let's stop that nonsense. Imagine Igbos are the ones fronting Peter Obi and El-Rufai. Another one saying he prefers Tambowal and Peter Obi. Can you imagine? These are the people who are sending the terrorists, who are sponsoring the terrorists, who are giving the resources to the terrorists to conquer communities and all of that. Our people are fronting them because you must have a Fulani man by the side, or you must have an Hausa man by the side. So you see how slavery has eaten us up. If we don't why didn't they put Peter Obi and another Igbo man? They are fronting Peter Obi and one Hausa man because they feel that shows that that Nigeria cannot work. But you are trying to deceive yourself. You are just forcing things on yourself. You are just forcing things on yourself. Please let me put on the light so that you can. Yeah, sorry, I needed to put on the light so that it would be a bit fair. I mean, to be fair. So I think my cap too is blocking the view from my face. So now, please, no, none of us should join those people who have decided all they want to do now is to keep distracting us on our freedom mandate. All they want to do is to distract us every time they are talking about election. We don't need election. Election will not ever solve, no matter who you put there. Election will never solve. What has the governors done in your state? Ask yourself this question. You are talking about Nigeria. What did Peter Obi himself do in his state when he was governor? They can't do more because you know why? They're in a structure that can't work. So they would capitalize on the structure that is weak, that will not work, to steal your resources. You think if the structure of Nigeria was good, the governors would behave the way they are behaving? No, they won't behave that way. They will never behave that way because you know why? The structure itself will put them in trouble. But because the structure is actually a business pattern which is strictly financial gains, monetary gains, resource gains, they gain resources, they gain money. That is what Nigeria is put together for. What you hear, that name Nigeria, is an administrative name that houses the politicians who are the board members and the managers of Nigeria. We have the board members. The board members are the people who own Nigeria. That's Britain. They are the ones who are the board members. And who is the head of the board? The head of the board is, let me remove my cap so you can see my face well. Yeah, I think it's better now, right? Am I correct? Am I better now? Please, somebody tell me. Now, the board members are the British government. Is the British government, sorry. The board members are made up of British government, employees and all of that, or those who are in the British government. Then the King of England is the chairman of the board. That is what Nigeria is. The King of England is the chairman of the board. He is the one who calls the shots. Nigeria is strictly a business. You should understand that. Then the proxies, who are the politicians we have, are the managers, those ones employed to manage it. The politicians of the south, the politicians that I had a network problem. Sorry about that. I'm up now. So please, I'm sorry about that. I think it's a shortage of the data stuff. So I had to fix it quickly. I didn't know it was that. So now, what I'm trying to say is this: no Igbo man should be in mess. We are wiser than that. We are smarter. We are better. We should be careful. 2027 is what we are looking for. We are not looking for one particular, we are not looking for president. No. If we want to even have a president, it is not under Nigeria, and it cannot be Peter Obi. So please, let's stop that nonsense. Now, I want to go to the real facts now, the issues about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his life. Now, you see, sometimes we underrate and because we have a liberal heart as a people, sometimes we waive things. So many things have been happening. First, I want to draw your mind because some of us might not understand this until I want to keep pointing it. Nigeria didn't spend millions of dollars to kidnap an extraordinarily rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and just let him go. I want you to understand this. Listen again. Nigeria didn't spend that kind of amount to waste by allowing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. They didn't spend millions of dollars to just bring Mazi, to kidnap him, extraordinarily rendition him, and then bring him and then let him go like that. No. The money they spent was purposefully to cut Mazi Nnamdi Kanu off. You must understand this first, because sometimes we forget these things easily. A killer, somebody who sends assassins and gives them money, the money they're given, the money they are being paid, or the money they are paying, they expect it to do the job. The purpose of capturing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to eliminate him, no matter how it is, whether it takes long, whether it takes through. It was, in fact, the original plan was to eliminate him in Kenya. However, it is Chukwukike made it possible that it was stopped and then he is brought here. But their plan is to still keep him and gradually make sure he dies. Their plan is not to free him and then you come and bring him to Nigeria, and then you begin to now beg, then they release him. Anybody who pays an assassin expects the job to be done. That is when they believe that the money they paid actually was paid for, worked well for them. The money that was spent to kidnap an extraordinary, to deal with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, was because they wanted him to die. And the purpose of spending that money, they want it to be fulfilled. Now, the posters you see being posted in the north, I showed you guys the other time. Let me show you the picture of some of these posters so that you will understand what is happening. Now, this is an example of the poster. If you look here, you will see it. You will see what is there. You see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's picture there. You see it in the north. They are posting it everywhere in the north. Can you see it? This is not a joke. They have spent money to capture him, kidnap him, and extraordinarily renditioned him. Now they are spending more money to make sure that they discredit him on the media and make sure that they discredit him before the international community, so that they will spend money to kidnap him. They want to justify, because their minds, for those of you who have not seen it, look at it. Their mind is still to do Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that evil. So now they are spending more money. After the money they have spent in kidnapping him and extraordinarily renditioning him, they now are spending more money to print posters. You think it's for joke? You think they just want to waste money? You think they are just printing posters? Now they are going far ahead of us. They are behaving smarter than us. Do you know what this poster means? One, they know that the money they have spent to kidnap him from abroad, from Kenya, looks like it wants to end in court matter. So if it has come to court matter, then they must worsen the situation in the courts by blackmailing him. Now look at what they wrote on the poster. Let me read what they wrote. Must pay for killing our security agents and innocent citizens. That is what they wrote on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on his body. Look at it. I have zoomed it. Look at it. Must pay for killing our security and citizens, innocent citizens, for killing our security agents in the north. You think it's nothing? The money they are spending now is for them to complete the mission, that mission to be accomplished. The purpose of spending money to kidnap him and extraordinarily rendition him is not. Please bear with me. It's raining here, so the weather is somehow, I think it's affecting the network signal. So please bear with me. Now they want to remind the people through the media, social media, and otherwise, to remind the people that he killed innocent citizens, which of course is a blackmail, which of course they are using it as a tool of indictment. They want to remind him that he killed security agents, which they are using as a means of indicting him. What happened in the NSAS project, which of course he was talking about defending ourselves. He was saying the people should continue the protest. He was not after any security. Nnamdi Kanu never supported. He said they should be peaceful. And when they were being killed, he said people should fight back. It is normal because it is self-defense. You can't go all out to protest for your right and ask for your right, and then you are being killed and you stand and watch. No, it's not done. But look at the blackmail. You know what they want to do? They feel that they would not spend the monies they use in kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for nothing. So they want to make sure that they sponsor media campaign now. And every one of us are just quiet. We are not doing anything. What are we doing on social media? We are busy. Either we are putting news of Russia or we are talking about the courts. We are not doing this campaign. As much as other things we are doing are important, we also should engage in massive media campaign proving the innocence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Massive media campaign to prove his innocence. I want to let you know. You see that money they spent, the millions of dollars they gave to people to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, and come to jail him here. It is not for joke. It is not to bring him here and to release him. Never. They don't intend to release him. They intend that he dies. And they have already told you what is in their mind. They said he killed security agents. And they said he killed innocent citizens. And what does the law talk about killing people, innocent citizens and security agents? They know that the law talk whatever will come to you is either going to be a life sentence or they would have to eliminate you. That means either they kill you or they give you a life jail. And to them, life jail is not on their mind. They want to sentence him to death. And if we allow the court case to continue, being that now they are bringing so many things to support what they are claiming here, that he killed innocent citizens and that he killed soldiers. If we allow the court process to go, and as much as they are adopting, did you notice that they are actually adopting the exhibits being brought to court? The judge is adopting them, which means that they are permissible and they are useful to conclude his judgment. Don't think that all those things they are showing in court, what evidence they have. Let's not dismiss things like this. These people know what they are doing, and that is why their partners and their sponsors are now funding the printing of posters everywhere. They are not joking. They know what they are doing. We are the ones who are joking. We are the ones who don't take things seriously. We actually trivialize things. We're so, I was discussing with my friend, and let me not mention her name here. I was discussing with her, and and then she says we were talking about being clear conscience. That clear conscience, even if you have clear conscience, you must also have wisdom to survive. Because if you think that just having a clear conscience would make you survive, it's a lie. You can have clear conscience, but if you are not wise, you will die. They will kill you. So you must be smart. That's why the Bible says, be wise as serpent, but harmless as dove. Harmless as dove means have clear conscience. Wise as serpent means to be strategic, to evade every danger. What did James say in scripture? James said that is any man lacking wisdom? Let him ask. You must seek wisdom. Dear friends, we are not behaving like we are wise at all. We see things. When we see those posters that they are placing in the north, we just come online. Oh, they are posting. Don't mind these idiots. Don't mind these abokis. That's how they will just do it and just send one abuse them. That's all. What we do now on social media is to abuse people, insult people. We are not proactive. We're not being very, very intellectually sound. All we do is abuse. We don't need to abuse anybody. Your superior argument will fade them away. We cannot allow these posters. Let me tell you something. Since yesterday also, I began my campaign on social media. I make sure that every day I post at least 3-4 of free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He cannot be tried in court. He must stop the unjust trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I keep posting these things. You know why? And I see that nobody wants to forward. Some people take it anyways and forward and all of that. Some people are doing their own also. But every one of us must be involved in this campaign. The campaign they are making against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the north and printing posters is not just for nothing. They have an agenda. Let's think. Just like they spent the millions, and Mieti Allah said they are giving 100 million to anybody who will capture Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all of this stuff. They are not going to spend those monies for nothing. Mieti Allah puts his own bounty. The Nigerian government put its own bounty on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our people fell for the money. Our people now fell for the stuff, and then they now betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because I assure you, until I am proven to be wrong, some people on the DOS are part of the betrayal. Until they prove me wrong by constituting a committee, independent committee, that will. It's not all these things they are doing. They will come and post them. They say IPOB doesn't do this. IPOB stands for this. on them this and yes problems. But we want to know in that DOS and in IPOB who are those who partook of the betrayal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is important. We don't wait for him to come out. This is what I've been saying for a long time. So because of that, that is why you see that till today, whatever is happening in the DOS is not. I'm not concerned about it because the truth about it is that you don't know whom you are dealing with in their midst. You don't know because you don't know if that person you are dealing with is actually part of the person who sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So whatever you are saying, you have to be careful. Whoever you are dealing with, you have to be careful. In my location, I don't even attend any meeting. I don't even have association. Stay far because I don't know who will be sent against you. Because we must be very wise. In the north, they are posted against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and every one of us think it is normal. All we do is don't mind these idiots. They are this, they are that. We keep insulting them. We need to also begin to print soft copies or design soft copies, post them on social media, design hard copies, post them around Biafra land. Tell the world also, and then capture them, put them on social media. Let the world also see the lies they are portraying about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is important. You people must understand what I'm saying is a very huge fact and very, very important. Please also like this video and share it on your social media platforms so that people will hear this and begin to do the right thing. You must not take what I have posted and post, but you can devise your own means or you share what I have posted. We must begin to campaign in the media. Somebody said, what would we do? How much out of what we're going to say? If there is no effect in what you are saying, if there's no the reason why the criminals and liars are using social media is because and they want you to believe that it is not effective. They say, what you are posting and all these things you are saying, all this talk you are talking, what does it do? It does a lot. It is only when we come together and put the pressure and let the pressure be sustained that you will see the effect. I am doing it now. If somebody else is doing it, if every one of us now project this, like now I'm saying you should share to other people, let them listen also, and then we have the same faith. We come together, we project every day for social media. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He cannot be tried. He is innocent. This, hash that, hash Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. Hash stop the trial of a just man, Nnamdi Kanu. Hash this. We begin to do that every day. And over 70 million Biafrans all over the world begin to do this. You will now know how effective it is. You will now understand the weight. But you can't feel the weight now when one person is doing it. It's like taking a stick of broom, you know. You hold a stick of broom, it's like you have a stick of broom. But just bring many of them together, then you can understand the value of even one of the brooms, because it is each broom, it is that makes the broom valuable, the collectiveness of their strength and their value coming together, putting it together, that makes it very. Think wide. Stop talking about Peter Obi and talking about Tambowal or El Rufai. We are not interested in 2027, for God's sake. How many times would you know that Nigeria is not structured to survive and success? Nigeria is not structured for success. It is structured for failure. Structured like a business. The people are the products. The politicians are the managers. The board members, British politicians, and then the chairman of the board is the King of England. You should understand this. This is the structure of Nigeria. That is what it is. We cannot allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be there. They have bad plans against him. The printing of the posters is one of the clue that we should have now, that what they have against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to eliminate him. Because in Nigeria law, what do you do to one who, even in general, anywhere in the world, people who commit murder are either jailed for life or they are executed. That's what it is, especially when the death, they are always executed when the death that is talked about threatens national security or is heavy in the case that they are accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of. They said he killed security agents. agents, and then he killed innocent citizens. They are trying to make you. None of these people are talking about what happened in the NSAS. They are not indicting Tinubu, who ordered and gave instructions for the people to be killed at Lekki Tollgate. Nobody's saying that. They are looking at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is fighting for the freedom of his people, and they are telling you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a murderer and he has committed treason and he is a terrorist. When you kill when you kill as a terrorist, you would be executed. That is the law. But now they are now indicting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, saying they are trying him for terrorism, and they are posting posters around that he killed security agents and he killed innocent citizens. That means they are going to give him the death sentence. That's what we're joking with. It's common sense. It is not until they come out and begin to announce. They begin to put on their social media platforms. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will make sure that he dies. They are saying it, but they are making it look like nothing. Joking with it. Now, I have told you about the power of togetherness. You see, every Biafra person who is in jail right now, their freedom is easier when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free. Let me make you understand that. The jailing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making it even more difficult for them, because they need a voice that is as that of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he is free, and the aura of his control over Biafra that will help them easily get their freedom. Because even those people who are still holding them are afraid of their own lives as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out there. So we should understand that one voice, or everybody now should be talking about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because it makes it easier for every other person to be free when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free. But the problem is that we are so divided. We are talking about so many things that are not even. Do you know that there is nothing? Some of you don't know this. Anything you see in Biafra land now that they are telling you that they are doing water, or they are doing this, they are destroying this, they are giving them, the Nigerian military are getting it, it is 10-0, it is this. Anything you see that is happening is staged. Let me tell you how it is staged. The plan is, and the idea that they have given to these boys, they give few boys in Olu, that's where they are, Olu there. They give those boys, Butuzo, Gentle, and Co. That is where they are situated. As large as Biafra land is, that is where they are. That is the only place you can find them. They give them those guns and all of that. Every time they would have to snap pictures, they have to do something. Either do some exercising or all of that. And snap the pictures and bring videos, short videos, and send to them so that they would post it on social media to make you believe that things are happening. And then sometimes they would have to go to one place, ambush a military man, or ambush a policeman, or ambush, a station, and then kill those people, and then maybe burn vehicles. Some of them are even kidnapped people whose vehicles are burnt, and then they will now put it on social media to you, and you will be hailing, thinking that things are happening, and you'll be jubilating that things are happening. Nothing is happening. It is only crime that is happening. And then when they do this, the Nigeria government will now take it to mean that IPOB, because they want those records also. Because those people who are doing these things are actually the errand boys of the politicians, who are also sponsoring little groups, or sponsoring the people who are in these groups to carry out these things, so that they will keep piling up evidences against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You guys should understand this. Did you think that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came online and said that IPOB is peaceful, he doesn't support any kind of killing in Biafra land, he wants Biafra land to be calm and peaceful, did you think it is because he just wants to talk? He wasn't just coming to talk. He wasn't doing it because he just wants to talk. He has to talk because he has been allowed to hear about the networks. So all that the enemies of Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu is to make sure that things like this go on, crimes like this go on, and then they will now heap it on IPOB and put it also as some of their evidences against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying He wants peace. He wants Biafra land to be calm, because it is actually a strategy to rubbish IPOB and to indict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the target is for them to eliminate him. If you don't know that now. And so they weaken his defense. They weaken And so they weaken his defense, they weaken his influence by making us distracted. They weaken his influence by distracting us. We are distracted. Our people are distracted. We get distracted. We are talking about this. We are talking about one thing. We are talking about men day. So who say men no day? Men day. All those things are not working. They are not doing anything. We are retrogressing. There's nothing that is happening on ground now that is moving us to Biafra. Everything that is happening right now is endangering the lives of the people. It is not promoting the quick or the advancement of Biafra. It is promoting, it is weakening our people, it is destroying, killing our people, weakening the Biafra project, and then worsening situations for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that they can have a room or a reason to indict him. That is what is happening. We should understand these things. So if we all will now focus, just like the North are determined to rubbish him, to do anything against him, we also become very determined that we're going to promote his innocence. That's what we should do now. That is what we should be doing now. And that is what we are going to do now. We all must begin to promote Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's innocence on all platforms. We must promote his innocence. We must promote his innocence. We must keep promoting his innocence. I'm talking to us right now calmly from my heart. We cannot allow them to outsmart us always. We all are victims of what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you don't know, just know it now. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being slapped on the face, it is a slap on our face. Because no terrorist, real terrorist, had been brought to justice this way, the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being, led to go through. None of them have been subjected to this mess that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being accused of. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being accused of what they are sponsoring and doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being accused of terrorism, whereas it is the Fulanis and their sponsors that should be standing trial if we had a correct system and a structure that is working. If we actually had a very good society, and if Britain really means well, because British government is seeing everything. They are endorsing it. They are not saying anything. They know the killers. They know those who are killing people. They know the terrorists. They are not saying anything. They know where they are in the bushes, in Sambisa Forest, and wherever they are. They are all around. They know the communities they have taken over. The British government knows about it. The West knows. They all know. But because they have to keep the Nigeria contraption destabilized, to keep stealing the resources, so that the people will keep complaining and being distracted by so many things. They'll be talking about this. They'll be talking about politicians. They'll be talking about 2027. They'll be talking about their local government. They'll be talking about one killing somewhere. They keep doing all of that stuff. And let me tell you, before I close this video, I want to make you understand this. I think I mentioned this yesterday also. Let me give you this. The reason why the politicians are quiet about the Fulani invasion of North Central. Remember, North Central are those places that are close to Biafra land. That's the central, where Abuja is, where Niger is, where Kaduna is, and where Benue is, and all those places, Plateau and all of that. Those are North Central, where those ones are close to Biafra land. So from them you can easily enter Biafra land. The reason why the politicians are keeping quiet for the Fulanis to invade North Central is because the program has it that the Fulanis need a base to be in the center. Listen to me carefully. Remember, they have already conquered Sokoto. They already made caliphate out of those places. They have conquered those places. Now, they also need to conquer, because to penetrate Biafra land is easier from the North Central. So they need to conquer the north central, Benue, Plateau, and all those places, Kaduna, all those places, which Erufai and Co. and Ganduje, or whatever their names are, Tamboa, all of them are sponsoring, and in collaboration with their foreign sponsors and all of that, and the British government. Now, they need to conquer the central because they need to make north central the center of their base. They need to put their weaponry, they need to import their weapons. They can easily import their weapons from Niger Republic, from Chad and all those places coming in from the north because the borders are there. And there's no border there. Anything comes in from the north, nobody checks. They go in, they go out. So you should understand that in the north is a very fertile ground for breeding terrorism and all of that. So they want to have a base in the communities that are close to Biafra land, so that they can bring their weapons and then they can store them in the communities. After taking over the lands, taking over the resources and all of that, then they will store them in their communities. And then from there, they will now begin to execute the heavy attack on Biafra land. So if you think that what is going on in Benue, Borno, all those places, Plateau, the killings, the destructions are just things we will laugh over and just say it is now happening to them, they did it to us. It is not a joke. It is not something to laugh over. Even when karma is working against your enemies, you should also be careful so that there is no ripple effect of the the repercussion that karma is bringing on you, because you are neighbors. Even if we want, yes, karma to come on the northerners, the north central, because they were strongly Gowanis from the north central. They were strongly the ones who caused and devastated and killed so many Biafrans. We all want karma to deal with them. We all want something to happen to them. But the truth about it is that we should not also forget that we need to work with wisdom, because they are our neighbors. When some things are happening to them, it can easily spill over if we are not careful. These are the things we are talking about. So what are we doing about it? What is on ground in Biafra land, for instance, once they take over the north central? What is on ground in Biafra land? I'm not talking about Olu. I'm not talking about the places they just stay and begin to make, some boys just stay and begin to make noise. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Some boys hold, you just gather some few boys, and then give them weapons, and they are in Olu. They'll go to Okigwe, commit crime. They'll go to some few places, commit crime, and come back to their base. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What are we putting on ground to make sure that if they take over North Central, they can never use that place against us? Rather, we'll be able to disconnect and get our boundaries and become sovereign. The only person who can actually execute that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a stronghold on the whole of Biafra land. Listen to me. Listen. Because when we are talking like when Chukwokike is helping us to talk this way, people don't understand. Listen to me. They want to capture North Central so that they can have their base, they can have their home. The Fulanis can now know that this North Central is now their home. They can import weapons, they can import their machine guns, their rocket propelled grenade, and their surface to air surface missile, whatever they call all those things. They gather all of them and put them there, and then they will be able to from there easily attack Biafra land, begin to come against Biafra land strongly, because now they have a place to store their weapons. Because now the Benue people are no more, they have killed all of them, they have destroyed most of their communities. That place is now their base. So it is easier now for them, arm themselves. That place will be like a barracks. The North Central will be like a barracks for them. Now the effects now will be very tremendous and terrible, because they can easily overrun Enugu, overrun Ebonyi, all those places, and then begin to move, because they are supported with enough funds from the Arab nations and from the contraption Nigeria. The only way we can stop karma from spilling over to our land, because we know that karma is fighting to deal with the people who killed Biafrans, the North Central people and all of that. What is happening to them is karma. even if they have to fight their way through. Their children now, who are not part of the killings at the 1967 and other times, they should begin to rise up now to defend themselves, because they have to defend themselves. That's also why we're calling them. That is why you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu calling them to rise up and defend themselves, because they are our neighbors. Whatever happens to them can easily spill over to our land. Now, the only way we can stop whatever is happening to them to spill over to our land is to have someone who has influence in the whole Biafra land, and that could influence and conjure the respect and the support from every corner of Biafra. And that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody else. Whether in Ebonyi, Bayelsa, Rivers, Anambra, Enugu, Calabar, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, any place, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has footings in every part of Biafra land. So he is the only one through whom we can now secure the borders all around. Because once people know it is IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people would support. We need that strong, the money that is being given to Fulanis and the resources and the weapons are sophisticated. Let me tell you, that your pump action in the village will not do anything. Most of our communities in the village, even the gods are no more working, because we have corrupted everything. We have destroyed, we have polluted the land. So even when they invade our land, nothing happens to them. We must begin to do the right thing, because the wickedness in our hearts is too much. And that is why the gods of the land are not even fighting for their communities that they were actually protecting those days, because the people themselves get evil. Now, listen to me. This brings us to the point I've been making. It is time to push for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on social media. As much as we cannot come physically to protest, those those abroad in other countries can organize, even if it is twice a week, do a protest to talk about the innocence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then those who are in the zoo, all you need to do is social media. We begin to flood social media with the information. Those who are abroad also will flood social media, and at the same time come out physically to protest, because nobody will stop you from protesting there. But in the zoo, when you come out to protest, they can kill you. These are the things we are supposed to be doing now. We have to be smart. Don't be distracted by all these things that are going on. They will tell you, our boys are, who say men, no day. Our boys don't kill some people there. That is not what we need. Because when they go to a community and kill some soldiers or some policemen who are in that place, who are just patrolling or something, they will run away to Olu. Then the police and the military will now go, and they would, come over to that community, begin to kill the boys in that place. It's all a game and a plan. That is the purpose of all these building groups here and there. That is why the politicians are funding different groups. That's why Ngozi Arabozi and Co came into the Simon stuff, because they are agents. They came into Simon stuff, and then they started funding him, and he was happy when we were telling him that, hey, where you're going, no road there. It's in a lie, saying I will be evil. That's what is happening. That's why you see different groups right now. We must stop it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only connecting factor. He's the only connecting factor right now. We must get him out. And that is why I am making this video right now. Please share this video on all your social media platforms. Let people hear this. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says. Share on all your social media platforms, please. And please like the video. We have only one like here now. Only one like. We need more likes. Let's have more likes, because it will help your people, those who are following you and all of that, who are subscribed to you also, to see the video. Then when we subscribe, it will help YouTube to circulate the video further, because the more people you have who have subscribed to your channel, the more YouTube will promote your video for you. So it is important. Thank you so much, all. I appreciate it. Today is the first day of the new week, the 18th day of May 2025. And I pray that Chukwu would bless your week as you do the right thing, as you put effort. And please don't forget to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not talking about, we don't need him to be tried. We need to project it. He cannot be tried. If they want to try anybody, they should go and try those Boko Haram people that are showing their face on media, and yet nobody is capturing any of them. They should go and try their sponsors who are in the government, even this current government. They should go and arrest them and try those ones who have taken over communities. And the communities, the people, the owners of the communities are in IDP camps. The terrorists are in their communities. Nobody is doing anything about it. Very wicked organization called Nigeria. Very wicked contraption. Very wicked company. Very wicked people. Very wicked people. Please, all this Peter Obi and Tambuwal, Peter Obi and El-Rufai, all this nonsense, 2027 election. I don't know why we don't want to concentrate. We have to concentrate. Please, no Biafran should be involved in this matter. It is not what we want. Peter Obi cannot, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as pure as he is fighting hard to make sure things are working. And Peter Obi, who is a politician, reporting to Chatham House, reporting to Britain, you are thinking he's going to come give you something good. I don't know how you are thinking. I don't know how your mind is working, but something is critically wrong somewhere. We must begin to change our mindset and change tactics. I want to thank you guys. Please enjoy the rest of your week. And Chukwu bless you strongly. Please share, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Also, send your comments, because I would like to see what you're commenting, and then so that I'll be able to respond to you in case it's a question or in case it's a contribution. It will help me also reason further. Because when you bring an idea in a contribution, I will have to reason far to see what you're saying and all of that. Thank you so much, all. Please stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you.